if I was spending the incremental dollar on reducing climate change, I'd probably want to put it more towards clean energy research than things like planting trees or improving efficiency in like a particular building. I more want to solve that global public goods problem of creating the technologies that will better solve things. So continuing progress on solar, on storage, you want high voltage transmission lines to better integrate renewables. On nuclear has enormous potential. And if you look at the cost for France to build an electrical grid based almost entirely on nuclear, it was quite manageable. And so, in that sense, for electrical energy, the climate change problem is potentially already solved, except that the regulatory burdens on nuclear are so severe that it's actually not affordable to construct new plants in many places. And they're held to standards of safety that are orders of magnitude higher than polluting fossil fuels. And so enormous numbers of people are killed, even setting aside climate change, just by particulate matter and other pollution from coal and to a lesser extent natural gas. But for the major nuclear accidents, you have things like Fukushima, where the fatalities from the Fukushima release seem to be zero, except for all the people who are killed panicking about the thing due to exaggerated fears about the damage of small radiation levels. And we see like large inconsistencies in how people treat radiation levels from different sources. And the safety standards basically in the US require as safe as possible. And they don't stop at a level of safer than all the alternatives or like much better. And so we're left in a world where nuclear energy could be providing us with largely carbon-free power and then converting it into other things. And inventing better technologies for it could help. But given the regulatory regime, it seems like they would have their costs driven up accordingly. And so if you're going to try and solve nuclear to fight climate change, I would see the solution as more on the regulatory side and finding ways to get public opinion and anti-nuclear activist groups to shift towards a more pro-climate, pro-nuclear stance.